Alright guys, and I'm here with a new video of Etrian Odyssey II. So, in the northern continent, there lies a grand duchy known as High Lagaard. Legends say that the central city of Lagaard is home to Yggdrasil, gateway to the floating castle. Residents of that metropolis have discovered a labyrinthine dungeon within the legendary tree. High Lagaard's duke is currently researching the labyrinth to find the truth behind the floating castle. The castle labyrinth drew adventurers to High Lagaard from far and wide, but none among them were able to master the labyrinth and find the truth of the ancient legends. You are among the legions of the explorers eager to penetrate the labyrinth's mysteries. Your quest is to find the floating castle and make your fortune. The city of Lagaard awaits. Capital of something. All around you as you step into the city of Lagaard is the bustle and chatter of the square. It seems that the city is full to bursting with explorers. Since you yourself came to make a name as an explorer, you should register at the Explorers Guild. But first, indulge a bit of curiosity regarding your history. Have you, perchance, led another guild in some other town? If so, surely you have a password from those days as a memento of your adventures. Now is the time to speak up. If not, of course, pay it no mind and head for the guild. You have a password. If you say yes and input a correct password, the story of the game slightly changes to reflect this. If you don't, then the game proceeds as normal. And there's a few differences as well besides just the story, like items and some one or two quests may change. Anyway, I'm going to say yes. So, now, it's a really, really long password. I will meet you back here when I'm done typing that in. So, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and I'm back typing in that password. Apparently the game recognizes it as Guild Evilwind. You can change this name if you want, but I'm going to keep it, so yes. So we start off by going to the Explorers Guild. Test your strength. The Explorers Guild. I haven't seen you around before. I heard that Evilwind was coming to town. Ah, it is you? Then you must be here to explore the labyrinth, I assume. Guild Evilwind. Yes, the legendary explorers who saved the town of Etria. Well, you're welcome to use a name you've already known under. I'm sure many explorers here would be eager to sign up with your guild. Or you can change name and go incognito. It makes no difference to me. Either way, explorer, I must record the formation of your guild on this 1st of Emperor. Change your guild's name? No. Oh yes, I have something for you since you led Guild Evilwind in those days. It's in honor of all that Evilwind has accomplished. You're worthy of it. I expect that you'll achieve the same level of renown here in High Lagaard. So we get the town medal. I'll go over that in a bit. If we completed all the bestiary and the item drops table things, we would have gotten the town crown. But sadly, we did not. So, I've already made a party. I just need to show you guys the intro here. So, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and I'm back here with all the party members. I've already spent equipment on it. I have made Gunniel, the Ronin, again. Kaelis, the Alchemist. Drainon, the Hexer. My farming team, which consists all of survivalists, so yeah, they're all there. And then we have Lathorin, the medic from before, and Azur's the Landshaft. New to this team is Crossell the Dark Hunter. Oh wait, no, we still have Aaron from last game too. Aaron the Protector, so Reyes the Troubadour, Rain the Gunner. This is an interesting class, and if you're familiar with Atlas's Shin Megami Tensei series, you'll notice that up at the top, right on their hat, she has a little weird white thing with a mouth on it and eyes. That's a Jack Frost's face. So it's the mascot for Atlas. So there you go. And we have Cabal, the War Magus, a new class to this game. Same thing with the Gunner. And that's all we have for our team. So now that medal that we got, the town medal, it gives you 10 to your HP and TP and +1 to all stats. In this game, stats mean a lot, so the town medal is very useful. Town crown would have been better. I bought my Troubadour a sling, Aaron a buckler and a thick gauge. I'll go to the shop and show you. And these guys have things to say depending on what you've done. All registered explorers must be legitimate Lagardian citizens. Only confirmed citizens of the Grand Duchy seek permission to enter the labyrinth. Don't worry, we don't inquire into your past. If you prefer, you can use a fake name. Whether you're a foreign king in disguise or a wanted man on the it makes no difference here as long as you're willing to challenge the labyrinth. So, we went to the shop. Oh, and also new to this game, it shows you your status screen at the bottom when you're in the shop, and you can switch with the L and R buttons. So, makes buying for them a lot easier. Oh, you must be about to enter the labyrinth, huh? Just wait until you see it. I've only been to the entrance, but I was still amazed. The lush greenery, those beautiful flowers. Oh, but be careful. There are also a lot of dangerous monsters in the forest. You could be eaten. You look strong, so I'm sure you can handle them, but be careful anyway. So yeah, I bought my Landschaft here. A kukri, which is a better weapon than what you start with. A speed pin to give them some speed, and a buckler because you need the defense. But yeah, they have kukris for all the characters that it shows there. Staffs, Francisca, Sasuga, so they have nice stuff there. I always recommend picking up at least one of these things for one of your party members. If you can't afford them, just make a bunch of party members, take all their equipment off, sell that equipment, and disband the party members and just make more of them until you get the money you need. I didn't do that because that's kind of cheap. And I'm going to buy a Medica because we're going to need one. You'll see why later. Oh, also, my medic, alchemist, they started off with wands. I got rid of those wands, replaced them with daggers because they are faster than wands. They actually make it so you don't go last. And I'll be keeping them with these until I can get either a better knife or a really, really awesome staff later. So I want to make sure my guys go faster. And you can't buy daggers, so you have to make sure you get them off somebody else. So there's that. Lagaard Hospital. The Royal Herbal Academy. Yes, what is it? Are you sick? Have you been injured? Oh, you must be new in town. Know something interesting? It seems Evilwind, the ones who saved Etria, are here. Wait, that was you? Wow. My apologies, you're a hot topic of conversation around Lagaard lately. This is Lagaard Hospital, where most explorers end up sooner or later. In addition to treating wounds, we provide medicine and other supplies to Side Health Trading. If you should be injured in your journey, don't hesitate to see us. Will they say anything new? Oh yeah, well, if you're looking for tips, recommend taking at least one healer with you. The labyrinth, have you been in? Okay, yeah. Always a good idea. No, I had to save before, so you didn't get her opening introduction, so sorry about that. You didn't really miss much, though. Huh? What's wrong? Aren't you going into the labyrinth today? Lazy children, are you sure you can handle the labyrinth? I wouldn't want guests of mine to be eaten by monsters, so don't let it happen. And then we have Stickleback Bar. I don't think we can do anything here. Hoist a brew with us. Haven't seen you before. Ah, you must be Evilwind, the ones that saved Etria. What do you decide to call yourselves here? Not that I really care, but you should go see the minister at the Duke's Palace first. He'll lay out the rules for you. No back talk, just do as I say. So let's see what he has to say. What? Aren't you done with your first mission yet? Don't lie to me, I see through ya. They'll let me know once you're done, so get to it already, and then come back then. Hold up a second, guys. So the Duke's Palace, guided tours, 11 to 4. Welcome to the Grand Duchy of High Lagaard. This is the palace of the Duke himself. I believe I recognize you. You were once known as Evilwind, weren't you? Yes, you carry a different aura than other explorers. You were in Etria, yes? Oh, but I have not introduced myself. I am Mr. Dubois, the Duke's faithful servant. My duties range from managing the citizens to overseeing exploration of the labyrinth. Before you begin exploring, you must become an official citizen of Lagaard. You must pass a test of our devising in order to register as a citizen. Will you accept the mission? I wonder what happens if I say no. I cannot let people so timid become official explorers of the Yggdrasil Labyrinth, but come now, even an old man like me can see that you are no ordinary adventurers. End this charade and tell me the truth. Will you accept the mission? Sure. Yes, that's the spirit. Our only goal is to make you stronger. You see, it is a duke who wishes that the labyrinth be explored. Our ultimate goal is to find the legendary floating castle. Perhaps it's only a myth. But chasing a myth should be the very fabric of life for an explorer, shouldn't it? Hold up a second, guys. I need to check something. Not that. Go away. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, I had to check to actually see if it was recording my voice. I should have done that at the start, but oh well. Click, video, minimize that. If you find the floating castle, you'll be greatly rewarded, possibly even ennobled. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, you must accomplish this mission and prove yourself. At the Grand Duchy, you can undertake tasks called missions. By accepting and completing these missions, you'll receive various rewards. To take a mission, select Accept Missions and read the description beneath. So let's see what he has to say before I accept it. Can I help you? No, there are no deadlines in the missions we offer. Go at your own pace and don't push yourselves too hard. Should you accept the mission, I will inform the guards about you in advance. Our doors are always open. Visit here anytime you like. You must be granted High Lagardian citizenship before you begin your journey. Enter the labyrinth and create a map of the first floor. You have undertaken a mission to create a basic map of the labyrinth's first floor. It is essential that you master map-making skills before going too far into the labyrinth. Go forth through the first floor and speak to the guard on duty for more details. When you've proven your worth in this challenge, report back to me. I will confirm you as citizens of the Grand Duchy and approve your travel through the forest. Take this parchment. It is blank. It is blank now, but someday you will fill it with forest secrets. Oh yes, it would be wise to visit the inn in Sighthouse Trade before venturing into the labyrinth. If you're not properly prepared for exploring, your journey will be all the more difficult. So yeah, now we have the map. I think I'll let the game do that. I'm going to save, because we've done a little bit of stuff. Okay, that was kind of laggy, but I don't really care. First of all, I've already assigned skill points to what I want. I was going to be working towards sword skills for my main character here. If you want me to sub in some guys and swap out another guy, I can do that. I'll try to keep all my guys around the same level, so that way we can be useful in the dungeon. So everybody should see some screen time, maybe a floor or two, or an entire stratum if you feel it's worth it. So yeah, I'm after all slash and hypercut, because this will be very useful for a quick kill if I need it, and all slash is good against everything. So they added new skills to the axes, like Death Axe and Life Axe. So if you have, I think if you have more HP, it does more damage, but I don't know. And they made these skills, which used to be sword-only chase skills, available to both sword and axe users, so that can be useful. They can even remove bindings from party members. They didn't used to. And then you have all these stat-ups. After I get swords and all slash and hypercut at level 1, well, swords up to level 5, I'll be going for strength up, and strength up, what was the other one I was going for? Oh, and counter. I'll need access for that, but strength up will come first. My protector, they got rid of all the good skills pretty much, so I'll be concentrating mostly on shields up until I can get anti-fire, ice, cold, volt. I can already have access to those. I will put all these at 10, and then anti-all, it's not as good as these ones, unless you don't know what the enemy's going to be using, because there's a chance that this will fail, and it's really not worth the tech up 10 to get it. One guard, it says it takes damage for a party member. This is not the case. It just reduces damage for that party member, so, yeah. And all guard works like front guard and back guard, but for everybody at once. Again, it's not as good, because it has a chance to fail upon receiving multiple hits. Smite, they lowered the maximum skill point cost for that, but I'll be getting that as soon as possible. Actually, I'll be getting Smite after I get shields, and then I'll get the antis and whatnot. So my protector's going to be useless until I get up to a higher level. My medic, I put a point into scavenge because they don't need anything for that. A point into cure, and a point into healer. So not much there. They removed their immunize skill, but they added salve 3, so which heals full HP to the entire party. Mostly useless, but there could be uses for it, I guess, maybe. I'm not sure if Phoenix is in the last game, but this is a very useful skill. Pick up 1 point in it. It's useful for somehow your medic is alive and everybody else is dead. Since it revives everybody, it kills you off, so that's nice. Alchemists have a use for strength. They also get Fizz Up, which allows them to use spells like Blades, Gravity, and Piercing, which I really like. People don't like them, but I like them. So I'm going to get at least 1 point in each of those when I get a chance to. And then I'll be working towards getting Megiddo, which is a pretty freaking awesome attack skill. But before I do that, I'll be getting Fire, Ice, Volt. I'll get Fire, Ice, and Volt all at level 1 before I do that, because I'll need those elemental attacks. A Troubadour, I was going to be working on Bravery with this one. They have a skill called Nihilo, which is like Erasure. Yeah, it affects all enemies instead of one, so there you go. And they have skills that can lure FOEs and put them to sleep before the battle even starts. So, this one's a good one if you want to get behind them. Luring is also useful for certain things. You'll find out later when I use those. So there we go, that's the skill synopsis for those guys. I'll get to the other guys when we use them. So for now, let's head into the dungeon. I need to open something up here. Wow. Okay. So let's go in. And I showed you guys a lot of how this dungeon will look. An indentation upwards. First of all, let's fix our map. It's broken. There we go. Sunlight pours through the lush green leaves in the trees high above your head. The sight overwhelms all who see it for the first time. The Yggdrasil Labyrinth. This forest maze exists within Yggdrasil, the tree that looms over the town of Lagaard. As you marvel at its beauty, a guard appears before you. The Grand Duchy told me you'd be along soon. Welcome to the Yggdrasil Labyrinth. The guard is standing in a manner that seems meant to block your passage. I'm the Grand Duchy's Guard Corps. We help explorers like yourself on missions. The guard takes a hard look at you before speaking again. I'll get right to the point. Shall we begin your first trial to become an official citizen? It's a simple task. I'll lead you to a certain area of the labyrinth. All you have to do then is find your way back here. The guard turns, takes a few steps before beckoning you to follow. Come, your adventures in the Yggdrasil Labyrinth are about to begin. The guard takes you deep inside the unfamiliar forest. After so many turns that you can no longer remember where you are, the guard stops. That should do it. This will be the starting point of your mission. The guard scans your anxious faces and softens in an attempt to encourage you. It's not so bad. Just draw a map and you'll find your way back to town with no trouble. The guard points to the brand new parchment clutched tightly in your fists. Why don't I give you a quick lesson on how to orient yourselves? In this game, you must draw your own map on the lower screen using the stylus. Take care to recreate each square exactly as it is on the dungeon on your map. Hold up. I'll just start by getting these lines here. So yeah, it goes over the icons there. Draw walls, erase walls. We already know all this. Enough chit-chat then. I'll be waiting for you at the entrance to Lagaard. I look forward to seeing you return safely, map in hand. And with these words, the guard leaves you alone in the forest. Now go forth. Your adventures have begun. Now, if you did not import your guild data, he would have given you 5 medicas to start your journey with. But since I did, I don't have it. There is one last thing to remind you of before you begin your journey proper. As you have some skill adventuring, 3 skill points should be available to you. To spend them on skills useful in the labyrinth, open the main menu with the Y button, blah blah blah. Already went over all that in the last game. And just a little while ago. Encounter rate, ridiculously high for the first little bit here, so yeah, let's go up here. First, oh, I said FPS won't be there. I'm gonna remove that really quick. Sorry guys. There we go. Now you can actually read what's going on. So, no skills available for these guys. I'm going to gear up them. So yeah, you'll notice it's kind of a little choppy. If you want me to change the FPS back to normal at the start of fights, I could do that, but that's kind of annoying. Defend. You're the proper person, please. I thought I would kill. Wow. Okay, I think we should be good. Well, at least the cure spell is cheap, but I can only cast it 8 more times. So we got an earth nail for that, and you'll notice that we get a lot more wait, there's something to check here. As you walk, you find colorful flowers growing at the foot of the large tree, but they seem to be weakened from the harsh sun and have not emerged from their buds. You sigh. Sure, they would have been beautiful blossoms, and you continue your journey. I don't remember that. So anyway, these icons here. Event icons. Check icons, like if you found items. So actually, or if you have to check. So I'll do that. I don't know what's there. Treasure. Then we have chop points, which is the green one. Mine points, which are the blue ones, or purple ones. And take points, which are the purple ones. And then you also have locked doors, unlocked doors, stairs up and down, pits, teleporters, monuments. Oh, hold up a second. Monument icons. I've never found a use for those. And arrows, which I'll be using to mark pathways and one-way things. So that'll be really nice. So anyway, and clicking on that closes things. Alright, so we have a treasure chest here. You notice they look different. They kind of float. Got the nectar. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep that close and just pay attention to how long I've been recording. Okay. I think I need to heal up. I forgot to... Oh, yeah, skills. Yeah. Oh! You'll notice it says Healing Touch. The boost gauge is replaced with the force gauge, and every class gets a unique skill. Land check sucks hard. Painless is really amazing. Eshkatan is really, really overpowered. I'll try to show that off soon. Not this episode, though. And Crusade is awesome because boosts attack, defense, and HP for the party, which is amazing. Okay. First things first, the Hedgehog. Kill it in one turn. You will get a long pin, or a 50% chance for that. But since I picked up Scavenge, there's a higher chance of me getting that than normal. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. Now this wood mine is probably going to take a while to kill. Yeah, so you'll notice the enemies have a lot more HP, do a lot more damage. We also have the same thing going for us too. Husk Shard, the item from the wood mine. And we did not get the item from that rat. But yeah, when I was saying that kill it in one turn, it has a conditional drop where it drops it if you defeat it in one turn. Okay, let's continue onwards. Wood mines. Let's see if we can get some bravery in here. Not too big of an increase. If you do less than 10 damage, your damage is randomized between like 1 and 12 or something like that. Not 1 and 12, 1 and 10. So, yeah. Oh, and bow attacks before hitting 100 damage are always fixed. So, that could be useful. Alright, we got him. Now, what the guard only wants you to do is take a basic path to where you need to go and map in the walls. He does not care about side passages or anything like that. So, just map the walls. Ow. Let's see if we can get a Medica in there. Okay, good. I was a little worried. Should be good here. Alright. Yeah, and we got the long pin. We need 3 of those, but not right now. Well, actually more than 3, but 3 for a quest. I'm not going to go through that door, because we're not ready for that. You'll find out later. There's also a little passage there. I'm not going to go there yet either. Kind of want to just get this little tutorial bit over and done with. Okay, can we make it? Yes. Okay, and there is a check here, which only opens up from the other side. It's a secret passage. A small crack is visible in the wall tracing for you, but it seems you cannot pass through from this side. So, yeah, and we don't need to go that way just yet. So we're done. After traversing the beautiful yet hazardous forest, you make it back to where you started. The guard you recall meeting before abruptly appears before you. Ah, made it back safely, I see. The guard's voice is cheerful as he looks over your progress on the map. The guard looks at your map and speaks in a stern voice. This map is not complete. I cannot let you pass. You must go back and finish mapping the forest path. What did I miss? I thought he didn't care about side passages. I'd hope I'm not wrong. That would suck. Alright. Oh, Aaron, no! Defend. Alright, we should be fine there. Now, what I would actually prefer to do later, unless you want to see me keep this group, is swap out the medic for a Warmagus, and my Troubadour for a Hexer, and then Azur's for the Ronin. Just to have some variety. Okay, maybe this one. You see a clear stream flowing from a rock in the forest and stop for a closer look. The mineral water that flows here is crystal clear and shimmers bright beautifully in the sun. You stop for a while to enjoy its brisk refreshment, then you resume your journey onward. This is for a quest later, so we're not going to do anything with that yet. Okay, our HP is fine. I really don't want to have to go down here. Ow. Oh, come on, did you really have to miss? Come on, take it out. Ow. Really? And throw a nectar on him. Yeah, and that's also another thing you can do in this game is if you know that you can get your speed right, you can assign healing to characters that are dead before they get revived, which is a useful feature. I actually just found that out now. I just put my little test there to this. Oh, we got some soft fur. So yeah, let's go in. We might not be able to make it. As you walk, you come across an open area with flowers with colorful flowers. Their sweet scent beckons. The petals sway in the breeze as the rumble grows stronger. You wonder if it would be so bad to take a brief rest here amidst the fragrant blossoms. Rest for a while? I believe this is a one-time event, but if I say yes, I'm pretty sure I won't be prepared for it. Let's do it. You decide to stretch out and rest, but your experience as members of Evil One gives you an uneasy feeling about this. And indeed, it isn't long until other forest innocents are drawn to the sweet pollen. As you turn around, you spot a pack of butterflies that oh yeah, this event is only available to you if you have transferred your game across, so... Because yeah, I don't remember this before. Worse, these are no ordinary butterflies, it's a swarm of dangerous Venomflies. They're almost upon you. Draw your weapons and fight. So, these will kill you. And, yeah. And their poison is a lot worse than this one. You'll see why. Okay, yeah, we're screwed already. 25 damage to the whole freaking party. And we don't have any MP for this. Okay, so yeah. Hopefully they'll just keep trying to poison me and it'll miss. Can we do it? Nope. And yeah. So I will do the rest of this off screen, and I will meet you back at that guard. Yes, save the map data. That sucked. But yeah, they're a lot more overpowered in this game, so there you go. Okay guys, and I'm back. So I actually killed those butterflies this time, and got a mess around experience and a bug wing. They have a conditional drop that you can get if you can kill them with lightning. I don't think there's anything special in here, so I'm going to retrace all my steps. Ew. The game is determined to kill me right now. Really? He doesn't even have any HP left. Should be good here. Oh, and I don't have a husk shard yet. I should be able to get one after this battle. I picked up a long pin again, so should have some stuff to show for our effort here. But yeah, this game is a lot harder at the intro than the last one. Oh, and their shell ability reduces all physical damage by half. So, there you go. 2 husk shards and 12 experience to the next level. Okay, we already did that. Let's heal up. Encounter is imminent. We might not actually level up. Should. Really? We're just like 1 damage short of ever killing those things in the first turn. Really? You're gonna do that? Okay. You have to do as much damage as possible. Anyway, you get a level up, so totally worth it. Let's heal up. Sign the point into swords again. Yeah, I'm gonna go for shields first. I don't need the antis for quite some time. Alright. Thorn here. Salve requires healer and cure 3. Let's just get healer up. And Volt. And more bravery. Alright, there we go. We should be good. Let's get out of here. I don't know why it's lagging so hard. After traversing the beautiful hazardous forest, blah blah blah. The guard's voice is cheerful as he looks over the progress on your map. After looking at your map, the guard's cheerful voice emanates from his helmet. I'd say your mission to create the labyrinth's first floor is a success. The minister will grant you citizenship to Lagaard and full access to the labyrinth. My part is done. You may go on from here, but I suggest you report to the minister first. The guard finishes his speech and steps aside, allowing you to reach the stairs back to town. You may go back to Lagaard now, or continue exploring the Yggdrasil labyrinth. And I'll go back to town now, because I need it. So, first things first, let's go report our results. I received word of your accomplishments. I congratulate you on your map-making skills. I hereby name you explorers of the Yggdrasil Labyrinth and you citizens of Lagaard. As I mentioned earlier, you have but one goal. Climb the Yggdrasil Labyrinth and discover the lands said to lie in the skies above. I expect great things from you from here on out, members of Evil Wind. Ah, I nearly forgot. Take this token of the Duke's esteem and keep up the good work. So, the proof card, useless. But anyway, before I leave off here, I am going to bring Gunil, Drainon, Crossell, Brain, and Cabal into the group. And I'm going to buy equipment for them. No, I could just swap equipment back and forth between the parties. I'm not going to do that. Now, actually, I'm not going to buy anything for Gunil because there's a little treasure chest in this first floor which gives me a better weapon, so I'm going to hold off on that. You'll see what I mean. I will, however, get him a plain whip. And you can have the kukri. No, wait. You need a gun first. And you can have people's daggers. So, there we go. Now, we want you to go first. So we're going to give you a speed pin. And we're going to give you a thick gauge. And you one as well. Anything we can sell? Okay, wand. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sell the Bugwing, though. We don't need that. Don't need Husk Shards, so we get an Amulet Staff for that. And Falcata for a Rat Needle. So, need one more Bent Twig. So yeah, the staffs in this are actually pretty good. They don't give you attack so much as TP, though. But we can at least afford another piece of armor. So we can get you a thick gauge as well. Let's just... Yes. Let's leave. We'll talk to everybody later. No. Oh, and in this one, you have overhead side gun and the eye stats. You do not have to use them. They're considered mastery skills. So you just need to get them, and then you can use them. I am going to go for Kubiuchi. So, EI stats. Now, if you remember from the last game, Kubiuchi results in instant death. It's really expensive, but there's a reason why I want that. Crossell here will be going for this skill. Low HP is kind of misleading. It means 55% or lower when this skill is maxed. So that is really useful, and it'll always work if they're in that range unless they're completely immune. So I'm going to go for whips right off the bat. Yeah, just that. Cabal here. He is going to be heading towards... Well, wait, first we need Cure. But eventually we want Curse Cut, but we need Cure and Salve and stuff. So, want to get Warlore. Let's put that at 2. Okay, so we can get Cure on him. Now, Rain here. We want the elemental shots. So we want guns, Fire, Ice, Volt. I'm going to start off with Fire Shot and Volt Shot. We don't need Ice for a while. And Hexer. Okay. Their Scavenge requires requirements for it. Yeah. TP and Tech, but first of all we want Curses. None of those are really useful, so we want the next level. Poison. We're going to max this out. Because it'll be really useful for the entire stratum, and the boss is of the stratum is susceptible to that. But we'll get to more of that later. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call this one a video, and I will see you on the next one where we continue exploring the labyrinth and find out what the townsfolk have us to do for quests. So, I'll see you, and this has been Paladin 98, and I'll see you on the next one.